Guys, Forsaken just revealed even more, including the return of the Wave update, a potential Sonic X-inspired concept, and more to talk about. Let's get into it! It looks like Forsaken hasn't actually given up on the mysterious Wave update after all. For a long time, many players assumed the update had either been delayed indefinitely or quietly scrapped, but a brand new teaser has people convinced that something is finally happening behind the scenes. What's interesting is that this teaser isn't a game icon or anything we've seen before. Instead, it is Coolkidd with a very sinister-looking face, with what looks like a giant wave in the background. Because of being an image of Coolkidd, many players immediately connected it back to the Wave update, which was originally expected to be heavily focused on Coolkidd and his future content. A lot of people are happy to see this return because there are still so many Coolkidd-related content that Forsaken has teased throughout the year but never fully released. As one thing that fans have been anticipating for is the Coolkidd milestone 3/4 chase theme. On top of that, several skins, including Savior Coolkidd, are still waiting for updates, while some milestone skins could potentially receive redesigns or improvements in the future. Of course, not everyone agrees on what the teaser actually means. Some players believe it could be connected to a new lore book hidden somewhere in Jane Doe's basement, while others think it might simply be a new banner, or even a visualizer tied to Coolkidd's Milestone 3 or Milestone for Chase theme, with some even predicting to why there was a 1 in Coolkidd's pronoun section, so it potentially could be part of the Wave update, with there also being zeros and ones in the current game icon. The biggest concern among fans is that they don't want this teaser to end up being another situation where Coolkidd is the main game icon, but then only for the actual update to contain very little Coolkidd content. After the backlash that Forsaken received before for doing that, it is likely they will deliver something substantial this time around. Whatever this teaser ends up being, it definitely seems like the Wave update isn't dead yet. What can we expect to see in this Coolkidd content drop? Even though Nosferatu is still one of the most disliked killers in Forsaken, that hasn't stopped people from creating some incredibly high-quality skin concepts for him. Over the past few months, we've seen more and more unique ideas appear, and some of them completely change how Nosferatu looks while still fitting his abilities surprisingly well. One of the most interesting concepts comes from Spilled Gravy, who created a skin called Beer Doll. The design takes inspiration from both Teddy Blockspin and Tails Doll, to characters that many Roblox players will recognize from the game Survive and Kill the Killers in Area 51. Tails Doll in particular is remembered for being a creepy floating killer, which is why many people immediately started connecting the concept to Nosferatu. At first, some players were confused by the choice. Out of all the killers in Forsaken, why would Bear Doe be designed for Nosferatu? However, the more people looked at it, the more it started to make sense. One of Tails Doll's most recognizable traits is its ability to float in the air, and Nosferatu is one of the few killers in Forsaken whose movement style could actually replicate that feeling. Because of that, many fans believe he is one of the best possible characters for the concept. Some even believe the idea has enough potential to become its own killer entirely rather than just being a cosmetic. Others have suggested that it could serve as a modern replacement for evil Teddy Blockspin, a character that was originally planned as a replacement for Sonic. XB for those plans seemingly disappeared. That has also led to discussions about whether Sonic X-inspired content should return to Forsaken in some form. Since there hasn't been much news regarding those ideas for a long time, many players see concepts like Bear Doll as a way of bringing some of Sonic X back into the game. While the chances of this exact skin being added anytime soon are fairly low, it has definitely become one of the more memorable Nosferatu concepts. Should this be a new killer or just a skin? No! Bloxer, a skin that had gone through multiple redesigns while being worked on by Alexis Funny and slowly became one of the most anticipated skins in the entire game. Over time, players received several sneak peeks showing that progress was being made, which only increased the hype surrounding its eventual release. However, after months of waiting, players were hit with unexpected news that Bloxer had officially been scrapped. Unfortunately, it wasn't the only skin that was coming a part of this collab. Alongside Bloxer, Jimothy Elliott was also cancelled despite being in development since February of 2025. The devs explained that they felt it was better to move on from them rather than continue leaving players waiting indefinitely. While they thanked the community for its patience and support, many fans were still devastated to hear that the highly anticipated skins would never see the light of day. What made the cancellation even harder to accept was just how much work had already gone into both skins. Alexis Funny had previously spoken about how he likes to put a lot of effort into the things he does, with him showcasing several animations that appeared close to completion for the skins. We got to see the idle animation, the run animation, and various poses that were going to be used for Bloxer. Many players compared its quality to skins such as Aberrant because of the amount of detail that was being put into it. Jimothy Elliott also had unique animations planned, including a custom pose known as Bro, You Are Not Tough. But other than that, it seems it didn't get any more work on it. Beyond the animations, both skins were planned to have their own chase themes, and there was even supposed to be an LMS between Jimothy and Bloxer. With the cancellation, all of that content has effectively disappeared before players ever got the chance to experience it. As expected, a lot of fans were quite annoyed by the fact it got scrapped even though they still respect the team's decision, as they feel frustrated that they spent over a year getting excited for skins that ultimately never released. Others have pointed out that this seems to be a recurring cycle in Forsaken, where highly anticipated skins are teased, developed for months, and then quietly scrapped before reaching the game. Some players even saved up their money for over a year specifically for these skins, making the cancellation feel even worse.
Are you serious right now, bro?
One of the most popular additions from the April Fool's update was easily John Doe, a meme skin that started as a joke but ended up becoming a fan favorite after officially making its way into Forsaken. Ever since then, players have been looking for more joke-themed skins that could potentially join the game, and one of the newest concepts that has been getting a lot of attention is a Noli skin called Nuli. Created by Cyan Box, this concept takes Noli and completely transforms him into a chef inspired by noodles. While it arrived too late to be considered for the most recent April Fool's update, many players think it would have fit perfectly alongside skins like John Doe, his body split into two distinct sides. The reason for this comes from the concept's own lore, which explains that Nuli's kitchen burned down, leaving him permanently affected by the fire. As a result, one side of his body appears normal while the other looks heavily burned and covered in flames. Instead of carrying his usual Void Star, Nuli uses a giant bowl of noodles, and the flames surrounding him are supposedly caused by his obsession with adding huge amounts of chili and spicy seasoning to his food. According to the concept, he specializes in making Lamian noodles, which helps make the design feel much more unique than a simple reskin. Many players have been saying this could have easily made it into the April Fool's update if it had been created sooner. Some have even suggested that Forsaken should fully commit to the chef theme and create an entire trio consisting of one eggs, John Doe, and Nuli. Others have pointed out that the skin's appearance slightly resembles Gus Fring after the explosion in Breaking Bad, which may have inspired part of the design. The concept has also sparked discussions about other joke chef skins, with some players suggesting Coolkidd could receive a dad at a cookout skin or pizza chef-themed skin in the future. While many expect Nuli to appear during the next April Fool's event, some believe it could potentially be considered even sooner if the Forsaken team notices how much attention the concept has been receiving. Would you like to see Nuli officially added to Forsaken? So Forsaken have a lot more we can expect before the Azure update. What do you expect to drop? Subscribe and hit the bell for more Forsakening it.